Troubling news tonight of increasing chaos in parts of the Middle East. In Syria, the United Nations now is demanding an investigation so there can be some sort of justice for a 13-year-old boy named Hamza. Many Syrians believe he was tortured to death by the government as a warning to demonstrators. The government denies it, but that isn't the story CNN's Arwa Damon is hearing.
CNN managed to get in touch with one of Hamza's relatives who were not identifying beyond that for his and for the family's own protection. This relative providing even more chilling insight into what young Hamza may have suffered. According to him, another relative received a tip that Hamza was being held in one of the prisons. He went there and actually saw that Hamza was alive and well and was told by authorities to return in 2 days, which he did. At that point, he was told that the family should go to the hospital. And when they arrived at the hospital, it was there that they were handed over a corpse. Those chilling images with authenticity we cannot verify that appeared on YouTube, showing Hamza's bloated, mutilated, and horribly disfigured young body. According to the relative, his mother became hysterical. She had a nervous breakdown alternating between sobbing intensely and then shrieking for joy that her child had become a martyr. This relative firmly believing that Hamza was brutally tortured for 2 days because authorities were enraged that the family had managed to track him down. The relative also providing us with insight as to the type of a child that Hamza was, saying that he was the youngest of 6, just 13 years old, but with the maturity of a 30-year-old. He was always taking part in the demonstrations to break the siege of the city of Daraa. Remember, his family was from outside of Daraa, and at some occasions he was refusing to eat because he would tell his parents it was unfair for him to be able to have access to food when so many children were suffering inside Daraa because of the siege. And he also had dreams to be a policeman one day, but according to the relative, he changed his mind when he saw the police brutality against the demonstrators, and he didn't know what he wanted to be when he was going to grow up. Now, we do know that he is at the very least emerging as a symbol of the Syrian uprising. Arwa Damon, CNN, Beirut.
And on Syrian state TV, a person identified as the medical examiner in the case said the boy died from 3 gunshot wounds. He said the condition of the body was the result of deterioration after death, and there was no evidence that the boy had been subjected to torture. Syria's interior minister has promised an investigation.